40-minute sitting practice. So to start this practice, just finding yourself a quiet place where you can sit down in a comfortable and alert posture with your back straight, your shoulders relaxed, and your chin slightly lowered. You may choose to soften your gaze, or perhaps close your eyes if this feels comfortable for you. And so to start this practice, just bringing your awareness to the areas of contact. This may be with the cushion or chair or stool beneath you. Just noticing the physical sensations associated with this contact. Whether this be your feet on the ground, your hands on your knees, your back against the chair. Just noticing and becoming aware of the sense of touch in the present moment. And now bringing your awareness to the physical sensations of the breath. Noticing the way your breath naturally moves in and out of your body, like the ebb and flow of the sea against the shore. And just noticing wherever the breath is most vivid for you. This may be the movement of air as it passes in and out of the nostrils. This may be any sensations within the throat, or the rise and fall of the chest or abdomen. So staying in touch with the physical sensations in this area, all the way through on an in-breath and all the way through on the out-breath. Just noticing and being aware of these sensations. On this breath and this breath and this breath. Not trying to change the breath in any way or thinking about the breath, just feeling the breath as it is in this moment. Sooner or later your mind may wander, taking your attention to thoughts, memories, or worries. Just noticing where it has gone, noticing the content and types of any thoughts, and then gently bringing your attention back to the breath, to use the breath as an anchor, to anchor you back into the present moment. And just bringing yourself back as many times as you need to, recognizing this is natural and normal. Perhaps you are more distracted or restless today. If so, just bring in a sense of compassion and kindness to this experience, as this is your experience of the present moment. So just recognizing this is how it is for you, right here, right now, and refocusing your attention back to the breath whenever you notice yourself wandering off to thoughts or memories or any distractions. And now, as best as you can, broadening your awareness to include the physical sensations in the body as a whole. Just noticing what's there in this wider field of awareness. Noticing the form of any sensations, their intensity, their duration. Are they constant? Or do they come and go? Bringing a sense of curiosity to your bodily sensations, including those that are less pleasant experiences. You may notice your attention is drawn to discomfort, tension, or pain. Try exploring these qualities, exploring the qualities of the sensations, and accepting them as part of your experience of this moment. You may notice yourself instinctively wanting to avoid or get rid of these unpleasant sensations. Notice your response to these sensations. Perhaps trying to be open to these experiences and making room for them. You may like to try breathing into these areas of discomfort or pain and noticing any difference this might make. Just accepting this as part of your experience in this moment. You may also become aware of more pleasant sensations, feelings of warmth and relaxation. So bringing your awareness to these sensations and being curious about them, their intensity, their duration. Are they constant or are they changing? Do they come and go? Really exploring your experience of these pleasant sensations and noticing your response to these feelings. So just being aware of what is there, not holding on to them, just noticing the presence of these sensations and being curious about them in this moment and this moment and this moment. And when you feel ready, expanding your awareness beyond the physical sensations of the body to observe the process of thinking itself, noticing what is there in this moment. noticing the different thoughts coming through the mind. And viewing these thoughts for exactly what they are. Mental events arising and passing through. Just bringing your awareness to notice the content of these thoughts and any emotional charge attached to them. Perhaps noticing if they are pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Not getting caught up in the content of the thoughts or the emotion. Just observing them and entering, and observing them leaving your consciousness, just like clouds drifting across a large blue sky, accepting them as they are today. You may choose to observe how long each thought lasts, noticing if they are replaced by other thoughts or linked to a chain of thoughts which takes your attention to different places. So just noticing this process, noticing your wandering mind. This very natural and normal process, the process of thinking. You might like to think of your thoughts as leaves floating on a stream. Imagining you're sitting on the bank, watching them pass on by, watching all thoughts travel down the water, whether they be pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral thoughts. Just observing them float on by, down the stream. As quickly as they come, they go. So allowing the stream to flow at its own rate, not speeding it up when thoughts are more negative or when they bring negative emotions, and not slowing it down when the thoughts evoke positive feelings, just allowing them to come and go in their own time. And if you notice that your thoughts have stopped, just continue watching the stream, as sooner or later your thoughts will start up again. And then focusing your awareness away from the stream to notice any patterns of thoughts, perhaps labeling the process of thinking. Is it worrying, analysing, planning, organising, striving, or ruminating? Is it thoughts about the past, the future, or the practice itself? So not following the thoughts, simply observing them, observing the process, and allowing them to come and go in and out of your mind. And now, having spent some time observing your thoughts, as best as you can, expanding your awareness beyond your thoughts to notice any sounds in this present moment. any sounds that are close by or far away. Those inside the room or outside the room, in the far distance. Not searching for sounds, just hearing what is here in this present moment, noticing without judging the sound or attaching meaning to it, just noticing the sounds itself in your field of awareness. Perhaps becoming aware of the volume of the sound, the pitch and the tone, noticing whether it's continuous or intermittent. Is it changing or staying the same? Being curious about this sound or sounds, if there's more than one, overlapping each other. Just noticing and being curious about this aspect of your experience. So being aware of the variety of sounds, the multiple sounds, overlapping sounds, or perhaps silences between the sounds. Just noticing what is there in this moment and this moment and this moment. And noticing any emotional charge associated with the sounds or attached to the sounds, like fear due to the shock of a sudden sound, or maybe positive feelings attached to pleasant sounds, sounds that you like, or vice versa, when you do not like the sound. Just noticing your emotional response before returning your attention back to the sound itself. And if you notice your mind wandering away from your intended focus on sounds, just noticing where it's taken you and bringing your attention back to hearing and noticing sounds in the present moment, from moment to moment. Just noticing the sounds as they come and go, or simply noticing silence itself. Just noticing what is here right now in the present moment. And then in your own time, broadening your awareness to include the body as a whole and your whole surroundings. So sitting with a broad awareness, being open and receptive to whatever comes up. This is cultivating a boundless awareness, so not focusing on anything specific, just noticing what is there in this moment. This may be sensations of breathing or sensory experiences, the air on the skin, or thoughts and associated emotions. Or this may be sounds, as sounds are always here, near or far, the space between sounds. Whatever comes into your attention, as these all may be happening in a moment. All in this moment, in time. And if you notice yourself getting caught up in the constant chatter of the mind, and that this is distracting you away from holding this broad awareness, you may choose to use the rhythm of the breath as an anchor to help you re-establish the stability of the mind and return to whatever is here, whatever is present in this broad awareness of the here and now. And then slowly moving away from this narrow focus on the breath, back into a wider field of awareness, and noticing whatever is there, whatever is present. Just noticing and being open to whatever arises, allowing it to come and go, observing, watching, not holding on to anything or looking for anything in particular, but simply noticing what is there and being receptive to what comes into your field of awareness, allowing it to come and go. Just sitting, nothing more. Just like a still lake, reflecting the sky and clouds above, the banks surrounding it, and the trees hanging over it. The reflection allows you to see whatever is there in that moment, whether this be a bird flying by or hovering above, the trees swaying in the wind. Whatever it is, the lake reflects whatever is there in that moment, in the same way that you're noticing whatever is here in your moment. Just accepting each moment as it is. And soon, just listening out for the sounds of the bells to indicate the end of the practice. And at this time, coming back to your environment and opening your eyes to the world around you.